Inside we have ropes. Some have handles, some don't. If they're even, that means that our rudder is going to be perfectly straight and we're going straight ahead. If you want to go off to the port side, you're going to push the handle forward in the direction you want to go. If I want to go off to the starboard side, I'm going to pull this handle back, push this in. So if I want to go this way, I'm going to push this hand forward. If I want to go to my left, I'm going to push this hand forward. But otherwise, if we're just going straight, we want to try to stay with our hands centered up as even as possible. Another piece of information that you may find very important is your port side and your starboard side. Your port side is going to be as the coxswain on your left-hand side. The starboard side is going to be on your right-hand side. Your numbers are, they start from the bow, which is the other end of the boat is the bow. It's going to be number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8, all the way up to the stern, which I am sitting in the stern. All of your port sides, which is on your left-hand side, are your even numbers. All of your starboards are odd numbers. They are going to be on your right-hand side. So that should help. So if you're calling out, you need number 1, 2. We don't usually use names on people. Everybody has a number. It's very important that they be quiet and they listen for their number. Another way to steer your boat on top of using your hand, your rudder, would be using port pressure or starboard pressure. If you're wanting to go in the direction of port, what you're going to do is you're going to ask your starboard people to give you pressure. They're going to row harder with more pressure. Your port side will ease up. It will push your boat to the port direction. If you want to go in the starboard direction, you're going to ask your port side to give you more pressure. Starboard side ease up, which would be the other way, and it will push your boat to the right, which would be in your starboard direction. Another way, in case of emergencies or if you need it, would be to ask your number 8 seat or your number 7 seat to square their blade and hold water. If they hold water, if the port side holds water, it's going to push the boat off in the left direction. If you ask your starboard blade, which is over here, to hold water, it's going to make your boat go to the right, in the starboard direction. We're fixing to show you how this is done. Now I'm going to demonstrate how the cables work, how we're going to try to turn this boat to the port side. First off, I'm going to use the rudder, which is this, which is under the water, and then I'm going to add starboard pressure so you can see how, if they put pressure on, the boat's going to go towards my port side. First thing I'm going to do is bow 4, set the boat. Stern 4, sit ready to row, squared and buried with the feather. Sit ready, row. We're going to take a few strokes first to get our momentum going, then I'm going to put the rudder on. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to push my left hand forward, and it will start to move the boat, but it's going to be real slow because this is a long boat. But you can already see how we're starting to turn. Now what I'm going to do is ask for starboard pressure, which is going to make us turn even faster and harder. Starboard pressure. Now my starboard side is rowing harder. You can see how quickly now we're turning as compared to a gentle turn. Now we're starting to turn. Now I'm going to call for even pressure, and now I'm going to show you how we can go to the starboard side. We're going to go and we're going to add port pressure. Even pressure. Centered up. Now we're going nice and straight. Now I'm going to want to try to turn this way. First thing I'm going to do is push my hand forward. And the boat's starting to turn this way. But I want to turn a little faster, so what I'm going to do is add for port pressure. Port pressure into 1, 2, port pressure. Now the starboard side is going to ease up. They're not going to stop, but they're going to ease up and port pressure. They're going to row harder. They're going to give me more strength with their legs. Not their arms, but their legs. As you see, we're starting to turn off to our starboard side now because they're rowing harder. enough. 1, 2, way enough. All 8, chuck us down. Square your blades. If we need to stop and we're going in a direction we don't want to go, we ask for them to square their blades. Hold water. That keeps us from going in a forward motion. In case you're fixing to run into another boat or something gets in your way and you need to steer around it. Them squaring their blades will stop us from flowing in a forward direction. What I'd like to demonstrate now is how, if you need to make a really difficult turn or something like that, it needs to be even a little bit quicker. What we have is a rudder on this boat. It's about as big as my hand and it turns. That's what we steer the boat with. But we also have 2 large rudders, and it would be number 7 and number 8. If they hold water, it's like the biggest rudder you've got on a boat. And we're going to demonstrate how you can be going in a forward motion, and if we have them hold water, how it will just start to turn that boat really fast. Okay, I want bow 4, sit ready to row. Stern 4, set the boat, give them a good set. Sit ready to row, row. Once again, I'm steering with my hands. We're going to get some forward motion going, and then I'm going to have one of them hold water and show you how it works. Now, bow 4, I need you to keep rowing good and strong. Not fast, that's beautiful. First thing I'm going to do is I want to go to the right. I've got something in front of me. There's a buoy, there's a boat, there's a person. I don't know what, but I need to make a quick turn. So I'm going to go to the right. To go to the right, I'm going to have number 7 hold water. 7, hold water. And that just pulled our bow right around. Wherever we was heading, it stopped that direction. Feather out. Now we start going straight again. Now I've got something else in front of me, so I need to go off to my port side. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have number 8 hold water. 8, hold water. Now you see my bow is turning around. My bow is working around. We avoided a situation. Now you ask her to feather out. What feather out means put her blade flat on the water. And now we keep moving in a forward direction. We're over here in Mud Lake down in beautiful Portage Lakes, and I would like to turn the boat around. The safest way to turn the boat around would be to have the two in the bow to row, 2 people in the back stern to show. What I'm going to show you is I'm going to have 1 and 3 row, 6 and 8 to back. We're going to alternate. And what that's going to do is that's going to push my boat around in the port direction, and I'm going to end up with the opposite. I can go all the way around with it. So I'm going to show you now. Okay, all 8 sit ready. 1 and 3 sit ready to row. 6 and 8 sit ready to back. First we're going to row and row. And back. Row. Back. Row. Back. Row. Back. Row. Back. As you can see, keep rowing and backing. They can alternate on their own. As you see, they're only using their arms and their back. They are not using the slide. They're not moving their knees up and back on the slide. It's strictly arms and back. It helps to keep your boat set. While they're doing that, the other 4 people are keeping their blades flat on the water, setting the boat for them so it's not tipping from side to side. Keep going. We're going to turn this thing all the way around. Row.